Well, yeah, it's designed to stop rapid fucking stock manipulation. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, now buying and selling shares of a company is stock manipulation, Dan? You sound a lot like a lefty right now.
Okay. Steve, can you stop talking shit about flat tax until you do some research on it?
This garden is foreshadowing of the streamer house.
Flat tax is fucking horrible, Danny.
Oh, yeah? Tell me about all your knowledge that you have on it. Because right now you sound like some dipshit fucking lefty who's saying, no, this is bad, it's bad. You ask a single question, you don't know fuck all about it, all right?
Okay, flat tax is bad because it's regressive. Let's go. Hit me up. Counter me.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, fucking normal tax is bad because it's bad. Fucking checking me.
Bad because it's bad? I said it's bad because it's regressive.
Listen, flat tax is the master race.
Why?
More fair to everyone.
Why?
Well, because right now, so much of income growth is based off of buying more assets that appreciate. It's completely untaxed, the entire thing.
Which part of that is completely untaxed?
Okay, all right. Okay. If I have $1 billion and I go purchase $1 billion in real estate, and then from that, doing 1031 exchange and going all the way up, buying more and more shit, as long as I'm never selling, okay, or even if I am doing 1031s, I'm never taxed because all these assets are taxed on the sale versus the purchase.
Doesn't a 1031 only work on your primary residence?
No, it works on investment properties.
On every single investment property that you have?
Every single one.
Okay, can you give me an example outside of the very niche realm of real estate?
Okay, sure. Well, I can give you an example.
Realm of real estate.
Yeah, I can give you an example when it comes to stocks as well. So
wait, how about ownership like stock securities? Like, is this the only thing you're going to apply this to?
This is major shit.
Okay, let's go stocks then. Go.
Okay, in stocks, typically, you're taxed on the sale of that stock.
Yeah.
You, the owner, will be taxed on the sale of the stock. What does that encourage to a certain extent?
For you to not
This
sell
is
stocks?
a question.
What?
Right.
You to hold it for 1 year and offset your losses.
Right. So there's a certain amount of that. But when you have a flat tax system, it moves, or at least the one that I've seen before, is it moves that taxation part from sale of the other person to yourself, meaning that if you were to go and purchase 100 shares of Amazon, you're going to pay the taxes up front, and it's to divine more liquidity in the market as a result of that. So we don't have that right now. Right now, there's a lot of inference of them holding. You have a lot of rich people that are holding onto more and more shit, accumulating more wealth, completely untaxed.
I'm sorry. Can you name me a single like NASDAQ or S&P 500 company where liquidity is a serious problem when it comes to purchasing shares of the company?
We're talking about a massment of wealth. In general, that's untaxed. Growth of wealth.
But why would we care? Wait. Why would we care? First of all, a lot of this is taxed, okay, in a way, because if you hold shares of a company that pays dividends, you are being taxed on those dividends, firstly, okay? Secondly,
dividends.
Who cares if you're not taxing somebody on an asset that they haven't even sold yet? Why would we need to tax that? Like, it's not like they're realizing any type of, like, material wealth as a result of
people and companies are able to amass just huge amounts of wealth untaxed simply by reinvesting themselves. And that would not happen under a flat tax system because you are taxed on the purchase versus the sale. If you are fucking Donald Trump with $10 billion and you have $1 billion a year buying more real estate and you're literally never selling anything, you're not going to pay any tax on that. The whole idea is
why would we wait? So if I paid a tax on it right when I bought it and then it started to grow and grow and grow, wouldn't it still grow without me paying tax on it anyway?
Yeah, it's still going to grow, but the idea is that the government has made tax from you off of that, and that can be a higher tax than what we have right now.
But what if I bought a security? What if I bought like fucking 100 shares of Apple, you know, like fucking 10 years ago or some shit, and now those are worth like millions? It's not 100 shares of Apple wouldn't be worth millions of dollars.
Yeah, and what about if they went down in value, right, as well? So like it goes both ways, just like normal stocks. The normal tax system goes both ways right now as well.
I don't understand the need.
You can gain and you can lose.
I don't understand the need to tax somebody on an asset that they haven't realized a gain yet on. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, the idea is that you can
and if anything, your stuff would hurt liquidity in the market because now people would be too scared to buy and sell shares of a company because now they're going to get taxed on every single transaction. It's a financial transaction tax.
Well, yeah, it's designed to stop rapid fucking stock manipulation. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, now buying and selling shares of a company is stock manipulation, Dan? You sound a lot like a lefty right now.
Okay. Well, hold on.
Okay.
I say rapid trading done completely by fucking computers as a result is not adding any benefit to a certain extent. I know
it does add benefit. It adds. We'll ignore
it. Adds fucking minor.
It adds liquidity of the market. It closes the market. But okay, so let's say this: I want to go buy $100,000 in shares of Amazon. Are you telling me now that that's going to cost me $120,000 to buy those shares?
Yes.
And if the shares go down in value, I'm fucked by like $40,000. Let's say I buy.
You can write off your losses. How would that be different than doing other things? You're front loading the tax. You know what the most popular, best investment?
Wait, how would that be different?
Right now? It's a Roth IRA. You're front loading the taxes. It's literally the best. It's so good they have to limit it to $5,000.
No, so let's say that I go to buy $100,000. I go to buy 200 shares of Amazon or some shit. Okay, I spend $100,000 on it. Okay, I actually have to spend $130,000 because now we're applying like income tax or whatever to it. Okay, if I have to wait for those shares to appreciate in value by 30% for me to even make money on it.
Well, are you opposed to what we have right now with? Wait, first, hold on. If you're selling 100% of it, yes. If you're going to go and do a short sell, then yes, you have a certain amount. You're paying taxes up front. Yes.
So that's not anywhere near like what it is now. Right now, the only thing
I'm aware.
Why? So I would never invest in any stock ever. That sounds like a horrible idea. Why do I ever buy a stock? I would just hoard all my money.
Tell me why a Roth IRA exists then. Like, you're front-loading taxes to have unlimited growth. Now, let's take the other side. That's the downside. Okay, what's the upside? That 100,000 in stock in Amazon turned into 5 million. How much?
A Roth IRA isn't just about front-loading stocks.
I
a Roth IRA, you don't understand it. A Roth IRA only works the way that it does because we choose what earnings we want to apply our taxes to. A Roth IRA is different because I can get taxed on it later in my life when my earnings is lower versus right now when my earnings are higher. That's the difference. That has nothing to do with it.
You're guessing that your taxes will be higher in the future. Sure. If you want to take that guess, that might not be the case. Your taxes could be way less in the future. So don't give me that bullshit. It ain't gonna work here.
Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. If I buy $100,000 of some security and I pay $30 in taxes, how is that ever gonna turn out good for me that I paid all those taxes now? What does this have to do with having a progressive?
What about if it turns into fucking $10 million? You're not paying capital gains on it anymore. It's all front loaded.
This is the dumbest fucking idea I've ever heard in my entire life.
Oh, well, I mean, with that fucking retort, I don't know what I can possibly do to survive.
If the securities rise to being $10 million, I'm not going to be able to sell it all now because nobody wants to pay the tax on actually buying it from me. Now I want to sell these things. Hey, guys, anyone want to buy these shares? Fuck no, I don't want to pay the taxes on the front end for them. They're too overvalued.
No one buys anything with tax anymore. More on the market is that we have people that are insanely wealthy here. They're able to live ridiculous lifestyles simply because they're not selling anything. They're living off of the income that their businesses are generating, and they're not going out and they're selling shit. So they can buy a Ferrari every fucking day of the year if they want to and never pay a penny. Under a flat tax system, that shit doesn't fucking happen. Every time you buy a Ferrari, you're fucking paying tax on it. On the same part going, this doesn't affect poor people. I believe the fair tax one that was proposed several years ago, that even induced every family to get, I think it was like $5,000 a year or something like that back.
Dan,
and as a result
you're
of that,
lost. You have no
I
idea
am not
what
lost.
You're talking about
Don't
right
try
now,
to
Dan.
fucking straw man me.
You're so lost right now.
You're out of your depth.
You're out of your
No.
goddamn mind
Stop.
right now.
Stop.
Dan.
That is not true. Fair tax, flat tax is good fucking shit. Fuck up.
Senile, Dan.
Your fucking young Zoomer mind can't handle.
So who won? Dan, did you win?
Dan absolutely did not win that. I'm cringing.
Dan got demolished.
But how can you be so wrong? I don't understand. You don't see the fucking benefit of this. That like huge oligarch families or companies that have ridiculous amounts of wealth can no longer do it anymore and be more fair to you. If you're just accumulating wealth and you're not buying a lot of shit, you're not essentially getting taxed as a result of that. I think that's totally fair and as a result.
Dan, you're just way out of your depth right now. Dan, I'm sorry, Dan, but I'm cringing at how wrong you are.
Yeah, even
Mr. Moon can see how cringy wrong you are.
You're fucking wrong, Dan. You're so wrong. Flat tax would never work, you fucking moron.
By the way,
and also, Dan, that's true too. Dan, wait,
you.
this is all a big straw man because Dan's not even talking about whether he wants a flat tax or a progressive tax. Right now, Dan is just talking about an income tax versus a consumption tax. QED, Dan. You've been exposed by me, Dan. QED.
That is part of the flat tax plan.
Also, the fair tax you were talking about wouldn't even encompass purchase or sale of stock. They explicitly
no, fair tax didn't. But it should have. That was a failure. They were going and trying to appease the center. You never do that. We have to go full acceleration on flat tax right away. We have to pull all the moderates away and say it's either fair tax or bust.
That's what's
Be
gonna
right back,
happen.
1 sec. Yeah, a lot of people rag on AT&T. Here's a pro tip. Don't ever trust lay Reddit memes about what companies are good or bad, because I see a lot of